watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul. Good vibes only, I'm in control. Turn the music up, let the rhythm roll. I move my body, I'm alive, I glow. Unstoppable, dancing through the fire. Every step higher, taking me higher. Smile so big, can't hold it in. Good vibes, good life, let's begin. Every scar made me wiser. Every tear lit the fire. I don't fear what's ahead.
And we are live. My name is Arnath, and my business partner's name is
Ocean.
Oshin. So we decided to come here live before we're gonna go to bed. You know, they don't have school anymore. That's why they are all awake as well. So what I am doing, they're always there. They're always there with me. But tonight again, I'm so grateful to be here, guys. I just finished my meeting with my mentees. It's very very productive, guys. I learned something new today on how to use a different app of AIs, so artificial intelligence, which really become our virtual assistant running our businesses, and it's been very helpful. And I was able to share that with my team tonight, and we have been talking for 2 hours, strategizing, studying their ads, one of my mentees ad, and figure out what will be the plan of attack for us to do once we meet each other in Orlando. Oh my God, I am so excited to be flying in the next few days, going to Orlando as I am one of the guest speaker. And it's almost 600 people joining this event, not including those people who already bought the virtual tickets. So thank you. I'm doing a sign language, guys, because I have some mentees who are mute, who doesn't really hear me, but doing some sign language, that I really do appreciate them joining my team as well. So yeah, I'm so excited about this upcoming event. And again, tonight has been very productive. We learned a different app of artificial intelligence, and it's been very useful. It's a professional AI that we are using that really study our ad. Really, this app really asks questions, open-ended questions, that really help me as an entrepreneur and my team create an amazing advert or anything like that. It's just absolutely beautiful. So that has been very productive. And also going to Florida next week. And then next month, I will be flying to. So on Florida, I'll be meeting mostly almost 600 people in person, right? And then next month on July, I will be meeting my team in London. So much like this year has been started very busy already. So I attended an event in Fiji, which is 200 people joined, and some local travels here, and going to Florida with 600 people joining, and then going to London next month as well. So super excited, guys. It's gonna be really busy, and looking forward to it as well. So I decided to come here live after 2 hours of one-on-one trainings with my team, and looking forward also for my one-on-one meeting with my team in London as well. But tonight is all about Oshin.
Sorry.
It's all about Father's Day. The power of Father's Day influence. That's gonna be my topic tonight, guys. That's why I can't wait to really be here, right? To really share you guys why the influence of fathers is just so powerful, because again, it's one of the most they are our support system. My husband has been a support system when I started my business since day one, you know. So, but before I will do that, good evening. Happy Saturday. So, before we begin tonight's discussion, I would like us to pause for a moment and truly reflect on the meaning of Father's Day. Okay, my husband is watching FIFA, and I think it's who's playing tonight. It's Japan versus I don't even know who's playing, but I am here in the office and they are in the living room. Yeah, so again, Father's Day. You know, a moment. This is a moment to really reflect on the meaning of Father's Day, not a commercial version. Not the version with greeting cards, gift, and social media posts, but the deeper meaning, right? The meaning that touches the heart, your heart, the meaning that reminds you and me, or reminds us of the people who help shape our lives. My dad, too, is included, right? The meaning that reminds us of sacrifice, responsibility, love, protection, provision, and legacy. That's why today we honor fathers. We honor our grandfather, though I don't have any grandfathers anymore. We honor our stepfathers. We honor spiritual fathers. We honor mentors. That's very important. Our coaches. And we honor father figures as well, whether you're a mom, but if you are the father figure of your kids, we honor you as well. That's why, and we honor the men who step into the role of leadership and responsibility, even when it was so difficult. Because whether we really realize it or not, guys, fathers have an incredible impact on the lives of their children, right? And the generations that follow. In fact, if you think about it, much of who we are today traced can be traced back to the examples we observed growing up, right? Long before we understood what success meant, what else? Long before we understood money, long before we understood relationship, and long before we understood leadership, we were learning. We were actually watching. We were absorbing. We were observing the adults around us, right? Especially our parents. Children are like sponges, they have this sponge's memory. What they see, it goes all in to their mind, right? They absorb everything, not only what is said, but what is done, not only the lesson that are taught, but the behaviors that are demonstrated in front of them. Children watch how their parents respond to challenges, believe it or not. My kid, every time I say something, he repeat it. Like, I was so curious. Why you keep repeating what I say? You know? And I remember, like, their mind is just like a sponge. They wants to remember thing. Okay, can you go get this one? And then he just kind of like say it unknowingly. They are super super smart. They watch how they handle stress. They watch how they solve problems. They watch how we treat other people. They watch how we manage disappointments. They watch how they react, or we react when life does not go according to plan. And often the most important lesson are not spoken. They are demonstrated. That is why influence is so powerful. Influence often silent too. Influence is often invisible. We cannot see that. But influence happen every day, whether we realize it or not. And fathers have a unique opportunity to influence not only their children, but the future generations to come. So think of that for a moment, right? The values you teach your children today may be passed down to your grandchildren tomorrow. you know, the habits you model today may be repeated for decades as well. And for example, the example you set today maybe continue long after you are gone, you know, because again, we pass down those habits or those behaviors that we are planting in their mind. That is the power of legacy, right? And that is one of the lessons, and I mean that is one of the reasons Father's Day is so meaningful, because it gives us opportunity to stop and appreciate the man who have helped shape our lives. Now I understand that Father's Day can bring up different emotions for different people. For some people, this day is filled with so much gratitude. You know, for some people, it is filled with wonderful memories, probably. For some people, it may be bittersweet. Some may have lost their fathers. Some may have had difficult relationship. Some may have grown up without a father present, right? And some may still be healing from experiences that were painful. But regardless of our individual experiences, guys, there is something we can learn from it. You know, every relationship teaches us something, every experience leaves us a lesson, and every challenges creates an opportunities for growth as well. And tonight, guys, I really want us to focus on the lessons. I want us to focus on the impact. I want us to focus on the legacy, because one of the greatest gifts a father can give is not money. It is not possessions. It is not a title either. It is not a career. We cannot pass our career, right? It's not a house. You know, one of the greatest gifts a father can give is an example. You know, an example of maybe integrity, an example of responsibility, an example of what else? Uh, Perseverance, a character as well. What else? A courage, a love, and faith, right? Because our children learn more from what they see than what they hear, you know? Yeah, they observe what you're doing. A father may tell his child to be honest, but if he lives honestly, oh my God, this makes me guilty a little bit. That lesson becomes real. That's why sometimes it's so hard to be honest, you know. Also, because like if you're honest, like, mommy, you did this, you know what I mean? No, kids, my son is so smart too. But if he lives honesty, that lesson becomes real. A father may tell his child to work hard too. But if he demonstrated hard work every day, that lesson becomes powerful as well. You know, a father maybe tell his child not to quit. But if he keeps going through difficult seasons, that lesson becomes unforgettable as well. People often remember examples more than advice, guys. Actions speak louder than words. And that is why fathers have such a profound influence. As I reflect on my own life, honestly, I think about the sacrifices my parents did for me. You know, many sacrifices got unnoticed what they did. Many, oh shit,
Sorry.
many sacrifices go unrecognized as well. Many sacrifices happen quietly behind the scenes without applause, right? Without applause, without awards, without recognition. Think about the fathers who wake up before sunrise to go to work. Think about that. Or think about the fathers who work long hours, like my husband. Think about the fathers who put their family needs ahead of their own, right? And think about the fathers who carry worries they never share to their children because they don't want them to worry, right? Think about the fathers who continue showing up even when they are exhausted. There's so many things, guys, and sometimes we are not noticing that because we're just bombarded what's happening in the outside world and not really noticing all the sacrifices that our parents and our husbands do for us and for our kids as well. And think about father who face challenges privately because they want to protect their families from unnecessary stress. And that's basically what I mentioned earlier. Those sacrifices matter. And often children do not fully understand those sacrifices until they become adults themselves. Then one day something shifts. One day they realize what their parents carried. One day they understand the responsibility, just like me. Now I become an adult, and then I now finally realize, like, oh my gosh, there's so many things, all the sacrifices that they did for me and for my siblings as well. And one day they understand the pressure. One day they understand the sacrifices, just like me. And suddenly we see our parents through a difficult lens. We no longer see only a mother or a see yeah we no longer see only a mother or a father. We see a human being in front of us, a person doing their best, or a person carrying challenges, responsibilities, making difficult decisions, and a person trying to create a better future for their family. Diba? And that realization often create a deeper appreciation too. One thing I have learned as a parent, now I am a parent, right? Is that there is no perfect parent. There's no. There's no perfect father, there's no perfect mother. Every parent is learning. Every parent is growing. Every parent is making decisions based on what they know at that time. And while none of us will do everything perfectly, we can all strive to do our best. 'Di ba? And we can strive to become better. We can strive to grow. We can lead by example because leadership begins at home. Before we lead teams, we lead our organization, we lead our businesses, we lead our communities, we lead within our families. And the greatest leadership is not about authority. The greatest leadership is about example. It's the consistency, the character, the integrity, and showing up when nobody is watching, right? That is true leadership. And fathers demonstrate that every day, not through perfection, but through presence, not through all the answers, but through being willing to continue learning and growing. And that's why tonight, guys, I want to challenge all of us to think beyond Father's Day. I want us to think about the legacy we are creating because whether we have children or not, every one of us is influencing someone. Someone is watching how we handle challenges, or someone is watching how we respond to adversity, and someone is watching how we trust people, watching how we speak, just like me, right? Watching how we live. And that means each of us has the opportunity to leave a positive impact. Each of us has the opportunity to create a legacy, an opportunity to inspire others, an opportunity to become an example worth following. So the question is not whether we are influencing people. The question is what kind of influence we are creating. What value are we demonstrating? What habits are we modeling, especially for our kids? What belief are we passing on? And what examples are we setting? And if someone followed our example for the next 10 years, where would it lead? I mean, where would it lead them? Yeah, that is powerful questions. Because again, guys, legacy is not created in one moment. Legacy is built one day at a time, one decision at a time, one conversation at a time, one act of kindness at a time, and one example at a time. And Father's Day remind us of the truth. It reminds us that the greatest impact we have is often not what we own, not what we earn, not what we accomplish, but who we become. Because people may forget what we said, people may forget what we did, but they will never forget how we made them feel, and they will never forget the example we set. That's why tonight, guys, as we celebrate Father's Day tomorrow, let us honor the fathers we who shape us. Let us appreciate the sacrifices they made. Let us celebrate the lessons they taught, right? Let us acknowledge acknowledge the lessons, or I mean acknowledge the influence they had. And most importantly, let us commit to becoming who leave behind a legacy of love, integrity, courage, right? Faith. That's very important, growth and service. Because that is a legacy worth celebrating. And that is a legacy that continue impacting lives for generations to come, right? So that's it for me, guys. And I am really hoping that wherever you are at the moment, whether you are watching this live or watching this as a replay, remember to appreciate the the man in the house or the woman in the house who become a father figure in your home. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, happy Father's Day, especially for my dad, for my husband, and to all people who people, whether you are near or far, celebrating Father's Day. Father's Day is every day anyway. It's not because Father's Day is tomorrow. Every day is always a Father's Day. So with that said, thank you so much, guys, and have a wonderful night. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye.
This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it